All right. Good morning, everybody. Let's head outside and see what it's like this time of morning. So, only half the family is up yet. You know, it's early here. And this morning out here, pretty nice looking. Oh, we had a request the other day to see Arnold Palmer. Yes, well, here he is. I know he's hard to see in silhouette. But anyway, it actually wouldn't be, well, let's just say humid. So anyway, I enjoy living here though. It's always good motorcycle weather. So I wanted to just first go over a couple of things that have come up with CCP and with Pearl Abyss. They are basically, they have purchased 100% of CCP, or that's in its finality now. I don't think they would announce it unless they were, you know, there was some regulatory that required it to be announced before it was done, which is possible. There are some things like that. But primarily, some very interesting things have come out of the articles I've been reading about this. And one is I'm not freaked out by it. And I've known that this was coming since 2015. Their, you know, things that they were, actions that they were taking and things that they were doing and everything, I knew that this was going to be an outcome of it, and in most likelihood. And so I've known that this was coming, and I continued to support anyway, because it's not necessarily a bad thing. Now, of course, people can do really dumb things and make it go south, but that is not what my expectations are. But there's some very interesting things. Now, you all have heard about CCP doing another MMO, or that they had another game in the works, and that they, because there was announcements about the Unreal Engine for that. And with that, it is interesting because I saw or heard about what the type of game is that they're working on that's unannounced, and it is an action MMO. So previously they just said it was another game. There's been speculation that it was like Project Nova, but an action MMO. So I'm not sure what that is. Do any of you know what an action MMO is? Is an action MMO like World of Tanks? Would that be considered an action MMO? I'm actually not sure. So, just an interesting thought, and you know, it's interesting to see what'll happen in the future with that. So, I think it's all good though, really. Okay, so let's get started here. We are going to get this stuff done so we can do some mining. We have ninja mining to do tomorrow, and we damn well better be ready, right? All right, so let me set up the camera here, a little bit different configuration, and let's see here. Dun, dun, dun. All right. Yep, now let me get battery power on this. Or we'll let it go for just a little bit. All right, so we are going to get this done. And So, oh, would Ark be an action MMO? That would be amazing to have an Ark-like game from CCP. Just think of that. Wow. So I don't know what the game's going to be, you know, or anything like that. But I just know what they've said in interviews and everything. So Hilmer said that it was an action MMO. All right, so here is the missing computer stick. This is the USB that has the load on it, and my lights here. So my battery died on my controller for my lights, for my other colored lights, and that's one thing that I just hate about those lights, is that they require a battery to control the colors or whatnot. And so I haven't turned them off, because as soon as you turn them off and turn them back on, they do this reset thing where they start flashing. And it's annoying as all get out, and I won't be able to stop it. So anyway, okay, so back into this. We're getting pretty close to this being done, and we just need to hook up USBs and possibly audio. You don't know. You know, the audio stuff, I'm not even going to use the audio in it in all actuality, but I should plug it in now in case I change my mind, because it's possible. I am going to be using, it's right back here, I'm going to be using that control board for audio with a it's USB, and that's going to control all my audio, and it'll actually control the audio on the show and everything as well. So anyway, all right, so I got new batteries on this. This thing has been awesome, but the batteries not so awesome. And it's actually, putting this on here, it's leaving some marks on my hat. This is my farming simulator hat. I don't want to mess it up. So, all right, let's see here. Let me see if I can move this over here. I'll be able to. Where I can see the chat better. Over here. All right, so mixer, yes, that's what it is. It's a mixer. Okay. There we go. Everything's good. I love this camera. Holy cow! Scared me. Okay, so that fell over. I blame the cat toy. I love this camera because it just does so good on the picture. I'm just so thrilled with it, and so all right now. Oh, that's right. I keep meaning to change the data speed on the feed. I'm going to do that really quick right while we're starting here. I don't know if that's going to tell YouTube to start over or whatnot. The stream may go offline for just a second here. Hey, hold on. All right, so I hope that that worked okay and that everything comes back. So what I did was I changed the bit rate on this just so that I could hopefully get a little bit less pixelation. I'm noticing some pixelation in some of the stuff, so Yeah, so demo, you missed it by 3 minutes. We just talked about that. So you could go to the YouTube portion of the broadcast and go back to the beginning, or you look at yesterday's YouTube broadcast, and I talked about it a lot yesterday. So anyway, I think it's an okay thing. So that's how I'm feeling about it in a nutshell. Okay, now we've got a few cables left to do. I don't know. Oh, these are more PCIe things. All right. So we are going to be using those. This one right here is the old Molex plugs, and were these called PS2? These were the 3.5-inch floppy plugs. These are so old. These types of plugs here, they were the type used even back in the XT days. So, all right. Yeah, I'm up early. I want to get this stuff done. We have got mining to do. So, you know, my mining profits in Eve are hurting because I don't have my fleet out there. This right here is going to control the fleet. Yeah. So we got to get her up and running. Okay. My goal now is to connect these up, and then we will, and then next, what we're going to do is we're going to put in the cards, and then we'll get power to them and power to everything else. So, and I can already see one thing here that I'm going to have to change. I already see it. Where is my screwdriver? So I already see here that I'm going to have to pull another one of these slats out. So because I'll end up putting in a couple of them for when we're finished putting cards in here, but that one's going to require that. So, all right, now SATA. These are extra SATA cables, and also, so I have a second machine to rebuild too. What I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be taking the motherboard that's in there, and I'm going to leave that in there, and I'm going to take the CPU from the old machine and put it in there, and then do a couple of other things and wipe it all. So it'll be you know, like a new machine. And I might have to replace the CPU fan on it. I don't know. We're going to have to take it outside and clean it out real good. I noticed that when I got it into the light here that that there might be some issue with it. And so anyway, and that's where we're going to get the video cards from. I have the Titan XP in there, and then I have another one that I believe is a 980 Ti, if I remember right. I'm not 100% sure. And so both of those will be going in here, and then I have I have two capture cards going in, and that's going to be it, because the fan here, it's blocking this slot. Gosh, could I get a card in there? Maybe. It's going to be pushed up against this a bit, and I'm a little bit concerned about that. There is the ability to scoot this whole thing over, but we went through this yesterday where I was worried about that it's going to leave some millimeters of the CPU, the top of it, uncovered, and I really feel like it's more important to have full coverage on that than it is to be able to fit another card up in that slot. And I really only need two inputs into here. One is the AverMedia card, and it's for my big television camera. And then the other one is a 4K capture card, which does not have a use at the moment, but could. For instance, I could capture my Xbox One X. It actually happens to be out in the other room, but I do have a cable that comes all the way in here that's HDMI, and so I can capture what's going on out there in here and vice versa. So, all right. Yeah, you never heard any noise on the streams. Well, I did have water cooling before, but there's still plenty of fans in this. When this thing fires up, you're going to really hear it buzz. But also, this case right here is very much a it's a quiet case. So it's designed for noise abatement, and so. All right. All right. I need something to drink. Okay, so now let's get her done. Okay, so we've got these are all USB and this is audio. Okay, let's tackle this audio. Let's see if there's any audio stuff here. And so I believe that there is. So front panel audio is 14. It's all the way up there. Okay. And this plug, about that, it's polarized. Perfect. All right. Now there's an additional AC97 plug, but I don't think I need that. Okay, so front panel audio up here of headphones and microphone are plugged in. I'm not using this audio card actually, so not my plan. All right, so USB 3.1, 3.0, and 1. Okay, so this is the USB 3.0, and this has 3.1 front, 3.0 front. So I don't have any 3.1 on the front. I just have 3.0. And so I do have several that are 3.1 in the back. 17. Oh, there's multiple spots for these. All right. So, okay, are these polarized? They are. When I say polarized, I mean that in this pin block here, there's one of the pins that's blocked, and then there's a pin missing in there, and it keeps you from plugging it in wrong. Or it should keep you from plugging it in wrong. Okay, here we go on that. I don't know if I like the way that sits. Let's do it this way. So now, now I'll be able to shove that in. That'll be much cleaner. All right, so then we have some USB 1s. Oh, and that's USB 2. God, how do I know? Were these USB one or two. I mean, they just look like regular USB plugs. I actually don't know if the cables are any different. You know, the plugs are not, I think USB 1 and 2, the plugs are not different. Okay. 18 here. USB 2, USB 1. Right. Yep. Well, these are going to have to go in those. These plugs are only this type, so it's all good. Okay, so is that one? We're getting there, folks. Okay, great. That is all of the extra wires in here for all the controls. I'm going to cinch these through the back, and then I guess I need more light back here. Just fine back here like this. What the hell is making that noise? Okay, just a hanging power cord. All good. Alright, so these are looking good in there, and they're going to be fine over here. There's no airflow on this backside, at least not in the same way that there is on the whole front and inside. Okay, perfect. Now we've got all the power cords done, except for the video cards, and so we're going to need to get that up and running. It's going to go along pretty quick now, which is nice. That was 980. Okay, here's an extra power piece. Okay, so now I guess we're going to get this machine up here, and we're going to, it's not a heavy ass machine. Nice, hello, and so blue screen. I guess I don't know what you guys are talking about. But, oh yeah, the USB stuff. All right. Okay. Get this up here. Holy cow, that's heavy. don't know, does that show up okay? I got fans up in the top of this, fans in the back. So I don't have any place where I can put that magnet light. Okay, so this is my former game machine, and we're not going to go too heavily into this machine today, but we are going to pull the cards out here, and we're going to we are then going to make sure that they're all the way cleaned out, and we're gonna put them into the other machine. So along with the capture cards. Okay, so I think first thing we're gonna do here is undo some power. So this bottom one we'll pull out first. It's the Titan XP, and then we'll take out this other one. I also got to evaluate what drives are in this. I actually don't know. I don't remember. So, but I've backed everything up, and so I'm safe to pull everything out. So, and I bought an 8 terabyte backup. So I am feeling pretty good about that. Okay, let's see here. I don't remember if this is going to have catch back here. I'm even going to be able to get to it. I may not even be able to reach it. There's a little foot catch on the back of these cards. Keep them locked in. I think it's caught. Okay, so I'm gonna have to pull this other top card out first. Make sure there's nothing plugged on the outside of it. Okay, and this one popped. No, it's not coming out. I see it's popped, but it's still catching. Okay, maybe it needs to go down further. There we go. It did. That's why I couldn't see it on this other one. There we go. This is a tight fit. Oh my God. All right, so there we go. And this is a 980. It's a 980. It says it's 4 gigabyte. So, does that mean that this other one, so this is the other one that I pulled out of the other machine, and this one's a 980 Ti. So this is the 980 Ti, this one's a 980. Right, so I need to think about the technology here. And oh yeah, the bot's down. This machine right here was the one running it. It's actually going to run on this machine now after we're done. So the bot's going to be down for a few more days, I think. I don't know. You know, the bot creator said that I can actually execute it from other places and it should work. I could try running it right now on the laptop. I have here, it's my laptop, and you can see I can see the chat here, and I am oh yeah, here we go, some videoception here. So the stuff that I read said that it could actually, here, I gotta get my battery. Hold on a second. I'm gonna plug a battery into this because, like, it'll just work much better if I do. Okay. So the bot creator and the stuff that I was reading said that I could execute it from any machine, and so let's see what happens. I'm gonna try it. The worst that'll happen is it'll blow up. Now, it would blow up anyway whenever I fired it up on one of these other machines, because I've got it in the cloud right now, and I'm pretty sure I have it on this machine. Let me see. Yep. I do have a backup of it. Okay, folks. Cross your fingers. Let's see what happens. I've been running it from the cloud all along. Initializing load sequence. Loading user configuration database. Allow it to use the network, yes. Wow. I think it's up and running. I think yay! It's working. Maybe. Except everyone's gold is gone. Fucking thing. Okay, we're shutting it back down. Okay, shut it back down because I'm gonna have to reload backups from it. That is very strange. You know what? It kind of bothers me because all the information I read said that all of the data files were held in the installation category, and so it wouldn't be an issue. And yeah, so we're gonna just ignore the bot right now. We're not gonna try that. This is gonna be an issue that I'm gonna have to work on the machine that it's gonna live on. So, okay, it was worth a try. I don't want to reset everybody's stuff. I made backups right before I pulled it offline, and so I can run from that. And so anyway, all right, we tried. It was a good show. Good try. You know, our other bot, BarkerBot's in the cloud, but it doesn't have the ability to do commands yet. So it does other stuff, but it doesn't have the ability to do commands yet. And and I don't know if it ever will. Guys, I got to go and talk to my dev partners on this and just really got to kick it in the ass and get it going, or I don't know. So, anyway. Yeah, we're not going to let any magic smoke out right now. So, okay. To the person saying that they're gonna get into Eve, yes, definitely. Come out and work with us on the show and everything. Um, so, yeah. I have, starting not this week, but next week, I have moons for us every Saturday. And I decided that in all honesty, that Saturday moons are the easiest to find. And so we might do a lot more ninja mining on the weekends, and if we have public moons, maybe we do those more on the weekdays. I did come up with a plan for moons, and um, and so I'll tell you what it is right now. Right now we have 4 public Athenors, and they are set on a rotation of 1 every Saturday, and except for one that's just finishing up a rotation was on before I made it public, and now I'll set it to a Saturday schedule. So they're all 4-week polls right now, and we can do as many as an 8-week poll, or 54 days. And so here's my thought. My thought is that maybe we have Friday be mining day, and we get started early, and we start moving those to Fridays, because it seems that Saturdays we can find plenty of ninja stuff. And Friday nights we can find it. Saturday during the whole day. Sunday we can find plenty of ninja stuff. It's the rest of the week that it's harder to find stuff. And so I want to get those public ones out to their maximum, which is like a 55-day poll. And maybe we have that every Friday. And then once we get all of that, then let's go to, publics of another 8 of them that we'll do every Thursday or something like that. And then another 8 of them that we'll do every Wednesday and Tuesday, something like that for the show. But if I don't mind managing them, but they've got to pay for themselves, meaning that it's about 1.1 billion to put together one of those Athenors, and then they need fuel. And really, what I want is a year's worth of fuel in it, and I'll manage it. And that should be viable. That should be viable. A year's worth of fuel. Somebody do the math for me. 365 fuel blocks times 120. It's 120 per day on that. So 120 fuel blocks times 365, and then times whatever it costs for the fuel blocks. Somebody figure out what that number is. And then that becomes, we got 1.1 billion for the Athenor, and then whatever the fuel price is becomes the magic number that if I get donations in of ISK of that, I will put it toward that, and that is the magic number, and we'll make them public. And for each system, we'll have one that does compression. That costs a lot more. It costs 320 per day in fuel blocks, and but I'm using the compression too and everything, and those are already up. So that is my plan. Somebody look up what are fuel blocks selling for right now. Is it like 2200 per? So yeah. Oh, if people would sell me the ore, and then I'd have to, so 963 million-ish per year. Great. Then the number is 2 billion. Make it nice and even. The number is 2 billion, and we'll put one up. So, and then I'll run the scheduling on it, and I'll make sure it keeps fueled and everything. But at the same time, if we get war declarations that put them at risk, there's risk of losing them, but that you guys will put characters, hop them into corp and help defend. So yeah, it would be a win-win for everybody. And then yeah, let's figure out a buyback that makes it worth my time to transport the stuff. And I'll just put up, will I put up buy orders? People wouldn't know it was me, though, on the buy orders. Huh. Well, think about that. I'm not opposed to that idea. So, so a little over 1 billion. I have another person saying. So if we make it 2 billion, an even number, we can do that. I can get them deployed. I can get them up. I can get them scheduled. I can make them available for everybody, and then we can put them on good moons. So I have a moon scale that I've been using. God, this is totally not about this computer stuff, is it? I have a moon scale that I've been using, and I have kind of a 50% line, a red line that's at like 50%. So I have all the top value moons and the bottom value moons, and really what I'm paying attention to is the top value moons. And so even though some of them, so here's what it comes out to on a 2-week poll on the moons I've been playing with is between 750 million and 1.2 billion in value for a 2-week poll. And so theoretically we can get on a 8-week poll, it's actually about 7 weeks or so. It's a little over 7 weeks, but an 8-week poll, we can get as high as about 6 billion. We're going to average somewhere between 4.5 and 6 billion. And so that's a lot for us to mine in a day, and it's huge volumes, but we've got a lot of people. And so anyway, yeah, I suppose people could contract it to me at 90% of G to buy. I just got to have the money to do it, which means that I am trucking a whole bunch of stuff to market. Yeah. So I know, and then you guys make your billions. You'll make 4 billion off mining and then selling the stuff to me, and then you hand me another 2 billion to put up another Anthenor so that you can make even more money. I'm going to make you all rich. It's going to happen. We're going to do this. Yep. Okay. Great. Okay, let's get back to this stuff here. So here's my thoughts, and I'm just thinking out loud a little bit here, but I'm also talking to you for your opinion, even though I know that most of you do not have experience with what I'm about to talk about. But all right, so in the game machine, the Titan XP is going to be dedicated to the games. And then I have 2 more monitors which will go onto the secondary video card. Now, I'm running XSplit, and XSplit does use GPU. So I can tell it which GPU to use. And so I guess my thought is that I should probably put the secondary card, being the 980 Ti, into the machine so that I can tell it to use that GPU, because the Titan XP is going to be used up for the games. And I don't know what all it does with that. I can tell it to do CPU as well, and I have such enormous CPU power that maybe that'll just work fine and it won't make a difference. But the 980, the second video card will only be running 2 1080p monitors, won't be running anything else. And also I'm going to have more horsepower from the Titan here, because the Titan was going out on 3 data ports and 2 HDMI. I think it has 2 HDMIs in here, if I remember correctly. No, it only has 1. So, all right. So I was using an HDMI out from the 980 Ti as well. And that was for the broadcasts on the show, but it's all going to be contained within one system now. So it, yeah. XSplit on the 980, not the 980 Ti. So you have a 980, 4 gigabyte, and I have a 980 Ti, 6 gigabyte. And the secondary machine is going to run 3 monitors. It'll be considered my work machine. It's where I'm going to keep all of my business stuff that has to be up while I'm doing the shows. and it'll have some of the show controls on it. Primarily, just all web pages. So, no. So Malcore says to plug the Titan XP into the primary PCIe Express slot on the motherboard. Okay, so I have 4 of them that are exactly the same, and I would think that the primary is all the way at the top. It might be all the way at the bottom, but it might be all the way at the top. Let's look at the book here. Let's see what this says. Because it's blocked, and if that's going to be an issue, I have to know that right now. So thank you for bringing that up. Yes, Luca, that's not a good way to get attention, buddy. So please refrain from that. But if you got questions or whatnot, certainly happy to answer them. Okay. Oh, fudge. Really? Okay. So, yeah. The top one is the primary. Gosh darn it. I don't think that this is going to fit in there okay. Okay, let's get this other card out, and then we're going to look at this. Okay, so we're going to go with the 980 Ti and the Titan. Let me see here. This one's the 980 Ti. Okay, and here's the Titan. I'm running out of places to set stuff. Okay, so let's pull the Titan out now. I can get to this now. Okay, so there's that. I'm looking here to see if these, I never even thought about which ones I was plugging these into. I didn't even have it plugged into the primary. I had it plugged into the secondary. It may not be a problem. All right, you want to see this up close? So, this is the Titan XP, and we may have a little bit of clean out to do on this. It's got all these heat fins and this vent here. Yeah, there's just a little bit interesting. How am I going to clean that out? There's actually some cat hair up in the fins. I have cats. And so there's some cat hair up in these fins. And obviously when I blew everything out, they didn't get out, and I do not want to blow them up into here. I am going to go get some Q-tips. I'll be right back. Don't go anywhere. Alright, I'm back. So, went and got some Q-tips. Hey. So, alright guys, I see the comments about it taking so long to build this. Yeah. And here's what I was talking to my wife last night. And I was like, you know, it's taking far too long to build this machine. And I was thinking to myself that if I was building it on my own, I'd had it all done in a single day. And that includes getting at least the initial software on. But given that we have so much story time, so much time we're talking about things, talking about stuff out loud, I would be just, sometimes I ask you guys questions and you look things up and that's awesome. But other times I would just be going through, doing it all myself, and it'd be much, much quicker. But it's because we're hanging out and stuff that it's taking a lot longer. And, you know, frankly, I'm okay with that. I didn't, you know, I thought I'd get this done in one day. We're day 3, and I'm okay with that. This computer right here, we're going to build this after this other one's up and running. And so we're going to be mining at the same time. And then while we're out mining, we're going to go build, you know, work some hardware on this. And then so and so. And we're going to replace the CPU on it. We might replace the CPU fan. And we're going to do some other things on this. This one is a True Blue Intel gaming board. It's a very interesting board. Anyway, so, you know, yeah, we're just hanging out doing this. And I don't feel the pressure to make a decision immediately because we want to get to the next step. Because in all reality, I'm going to do whatever it takes to get all of this done right the first time. Because mistakes suck. And is it possible I make any mistakes on the way? Yeah, it is. I can tell you though, I've built at least 2,000 computers myself, personally, but the last computer I built was these 5 and 6 years ago. So, because back in 94, 95, I owned a computer store. And I know all the way back then, we were right there at the beginning of Windows 95, and we thought it was fabulous. Actually, before that, I had said something like, I'll never do Windows, and then, yeah, look at us today. And so, anyway, I built so many computers back in the day, and it's like, you know, building a house back then. You know, the foundation's the same or similar. There's a few changes. The structures are the same. There's a few changes, few upgrades, few more rules and everything, few more options. And, you know, so all the basics, I know all of that. But there are new things that come into play and just got to figure them out. And I'm okay with figuring them out. So, yeah. Am I sponsored by Coca-Cola? No. I'm not sponsored by Dr. Pepper either. I actually have not wanted to have a sponsorship by my addiction. Did I say that out loud? Yeah, I drink a bit of Dr. Pepper. This shirt right here, it's just cool. So, yeah. So, sponsored by Coiffé. You know, I do have a Coiffé shirt, and I looked for it this morning, and I think it's in the laundry. So, but I thought about wearing my Coiffé shirt today, but it's just a tiny little logo. It's not really big. I got it at FanFest. So, yeah. So, if it ain't cocaine cola, it ain't real. Huh. Yeah, that'd be a good shirt too. Yeah. So, anyway, I'm having a good time with this, folks. Hope you are too. Let's see here. 33 people on YouTube. And let's see here. 150 on Twitch. All right. So those numbers say that people are digging it. Okay. So join SM streamers. They are sponsored by Dr. Pepper. I can go to Dr. Pepper and talk to them again. They also have Snapple and some other stuff. Yeah, I thought about it, but here's what happens when you get a sponsorship like that. I couldn't wear this shirt. So Dr. Pepper's not a Coca-Cola company. They're a Pepsi company, right? And so if I had a sponsorship from Dr. Pepper, this shirt would have to go. I mean, I'd like to have to throw it away or something, because if I had it and I wore it and I was photographed in public or I was on the show with it, and I just, it would be a violation of my sponsorship. And, I like my freedom. I do. This is why I am my own boss. Because I like my freedom. Now, that doesn't mean I don't have a hell of a lot of responsibilities and I don't have people to answer to. It just means that I don't have a boss that I answer to, but I do have a business partner to answer to. And that can be more difficult, because if you think about it, you have to make things work, no matter what. So it's not a matter of you're going to get fired. It's a matter of how do I figure out how to make this work? Because if that doesn't, your business can break down and go away, and that's bad. And I've been self-employed. I think the last job that I had, last paycheck that I got from somebody was maybe 2002 or 2003, and that was from the government. I did some work for the government for a year and a half or so. Before that, I did Y2K for Nike, and I did that for, I don't know, a couple years. And before that, I owned my own businesses. So I did a little stint working for other people. And I am determined to stay self-employed. Although I'm humble enough to know that if I needed to go out and get a job, I could do it. It's just I'm a much better leader than I am follower. So, yeah. So, Fraser, it's a little bit different subject here. Fraser No Fire says, what's the minimum risk you need to make 300 million per day station trading? You've heard people say it's around 10 billion. Yeah, okay. But station trading can be hard. Why not? Okay, let me do some math for you here. Okay? You ready? You buy 7 Athenors, and they are 1.1 billion each plus fuel. You'll need like at least 200 million fuel in each one of these. So let's say 1.3 million each, or 1.4 million each. 7 of them. There's your 10 billion. You have at least 4 accounts with orcas that can mine on them. You can mine everything that they produce every day. You can make 600 to, let's see, no, you'd be 400 to 500 million per day that you would make. And it's steady income unless people come and ninja your ore. So, yeah. Speaking of business partners, what do I think about Pearl Abyss buying CCP? All right, so I talked about it at the beginning of the show. Also, you can look at my extended thoughts from yesterday on YouTube at the beginning of the show. I think that it is nothing to worry about right now, and I think that it's possibly a very good thing. The motives that are listed in the articles that they talk about is that Pearl Abyss is... jealous is not the right word. They want to know the secret formula to how CCP has such great player retention. This is probably the biggest value in CCP. I would love to know what the retention numbers are on CCP, because the average in an MMO is about 18 months. But in Eve, how many of you here have been playing for, let's say, more than 4 years? Everybody say that you've been playing. How many years have you been playing in chat? And I guess even if you're just started, you're brand new, say you're new, but you're going to see here a trend that the Eve players have been playing a hell of a lot longer. And include your breaks in there. So if you started in 2003, you know, you are many more years. Look at all those years. So 7 years, 4.5 years, 6 years, 8 years, 10 years, 2 years, 4 years, 6 years, 5 years, 10 years, 6 years, 10 years. See, this is the magic that CCP has that Pearl Abyss wants. So they are buying access to this information. Now, you and I, as players, we know what the magic is. It's just that we've never thought about it that way. Most players don't think about it this way. But what is it that keeps drawing you back to Eve? You may go play WoW for a year and come back to Eve. You may go play other games like Ark or World of Tanks or, you know, whatever else, Black Desert Online. And you go and you play with those for a while. The average is 18 months on those. And then people come back. And so it's that longevity. That is the secret sauce that CCP has. Eve players don't quit playing Eve. They just take vacations. And so this is incredibly powerful for any other company to know what this is. I think I know what this is, why. And the secret sauce is really the hands-off approach, the rich economy, the great politics and power, and allowing things in the game that other game companies would never consider of. Like, how do you think Shroud of the Avatar would handle, you know, corporate espionage? And, you know, how do you think they would handle other stuff like, you know, in you know, these giant wars and everything? It's a different type of game. They treat the community different, and they might be on the other extreme, more on the Care Bear side, but it just goes to show that in Eve they allow people to go in and mass murder other people. I mean, what other game can you find slaves in? I mean, seriously. You can't find the hookers in there anymore. They took out the hookers. But you can find the exotic dancers and stuff. I mean, what other game has this edginess? What other game has you using drugs in the game to enhance performance and then has your addiction problems? These are all things which buck society. They buck the political correctness and everything. And so basically it is this is the secret sauce here, and it's this freedom, and it makes Eve more nichey. So Eve has 200 to 300,000 people that log in every month. They log in at least once a month, 200 to 300,000 people. And so that is I don't know if that's people or accounts, but anyway, that's what they listed in the recent articles. And so that puts it more in a niche category. But we're a very vibrant community. We've got plenty of stuff to do. You know, people come in and say, "Oh my God, Eve is dying," and we're like, "Yeah, it has been since 2003." I mean, but it's still here, and we still play it, and there's still all these other people playing it. I mean, it's kind of a joke, you know? So just because it's had higher numbers before, it's got good numbers now. I know that there are new players coming in, and I know this because of the sales that we do. And I know when people are brand new coming in, and they're buying Plex or they're buying Omega Time for their accounts or whatnot, we see this as a business partner. And so if that was not happening at all, I would be worried. But it happens every single day. I see it all the time. And so I know that Eve is doing great. And that's the secret sauce that they want. So I don't think they're going to mess with that. I think if anything, they're going to study it pretty hard and try and export this secret sauce to their other games. That's what I think. So and Pearl Abyss would be incredibly it would be an incredibly poor choice to go in and try and change the way we play the game, because players will revolt, and we've seen this happen with CCP before, where there's some changes that were made that people really revolted to, and they rolled some stuff back. They changed things after that. They modified, and I think that would be the reaction, because this is not the type of purchase of another company where you absorb them. This isn't Google going and buying another company so that they have the talent at the head of the company and the IP, the patents and the technology, and absorb it into the Google cluster and abolish the other company. That is not what this is. This is buying to study, in my opinion, and then to replicate the success that CCP has had through their other games. It's also going to afford some other opportunities. Like, I hope that it puts us, like how we've been business partners with CCP for so long, that we can have some business partnership with Pearl Abyss as well. I would love to support their games. And so I look forward to that. I haven't talked to them about that yet. I will be. I haven't talked to them about that yet because we need to let the dust settle a little bit. And so, okay, off of that. What are my thoughts on Dual Universe? So I have been talking to them, and we plan to do content with them, and we may do more. But that is still not happening yet. So CCP sold to a company called Pearl Abyss, who makes Black Desert Online for $425 million. So, and by the way, I've known that this was coming, that this was the most likely result since 2015. And so I've been expecting it all along, and I've been here all along. And so I'm not, it freaks a lot of people out, but I've been through this before. I've been a worker bee in something like this before, and I've been through this before in a couple of other instances where, one, it didn't work out, the others it worked out fine. So anyway, I don't see this one as one that is going to destroy our beloved game. I don't see that at all. Okay. So now we've got, can you see this on camera down here? Just barely, huh? Wow. There is so much dust bunny here. I'm getting it out though. So I'm trying to pull this out because there's some cat hair down in here in this fan, and I don't want to just go and blow this out. And have it go into these other fins. I can get all of this open here, but I don't want to go through all that. Okay, let's see here. There's just a little bit more in there. Q-tip's working pretty good. There, all the cat hair removed. And I don't see anything in here. Although I do think I want to go and blow this out some more, but I want to carry it in a static bag for this. I also, let me look at the other video card that I'm putting in here, just to make sure that it's all good too, in case we need to clean out multiple things if we need to go out. So let's see here, which one is this? This is not it, but does this need to be cleaned out? No, this one is very clean. Maybe I can put these in a tray here. Let's see, where did that go? I had a tray for the motherboard. It's anti-static. Here we go. All right. So, by the way, I am rolling around on here, but you'll notice that I'm grounding myself over here for all of you who are worried about it. Okay. So, we're going to take a few things out, blow them out by hand. Oh yeah, this has got some dust up in here. It's not much, but it is some. Hey, did I have any more cards I need to take out? See, is there only 3 of them? Well, I also have in here, which I haven't dealt with yet. Gosh, do I want to take this CPU fan off right now? I don't think I do. I'm just looking at this, the dust that's in here, and I'm definitely seeing some dust build up in here. I don't know, what do you guys use for dusting really fine like this? You guys have any tips? Anything that you find does really well? I mean, this actually isn't too bad. I am gonna be pulling this off. This is my old game machine, and I'll be pulling this off, and then I'm going to switch the CPU that's in there. The CPU that was in the old Stream Machine is a little bit stronger than the one that's in here, and so I'm going to use that. And this motherboard doesn't have any fan on it, and I'm worried about the fan that's on the other motherboard. I've had a few problems from it, and I just it makes me nervous. So anyway, you find to use a fine makeup brush. Yeah. And computer vacuum attachment, fine secondary brush. Yeah, all right. Yeah, so I have a good air blower. It doesn't have a vacuum attachment though. Well, it had a thing there for it, but it really was so strong that, you know, you could suck a small child through the little hole. and I was looking at that thing and I'm going, this is too much power for this close to a computer case. That would be used for other types of things. So, all right. But this is probably going to end up going out and getting cleaned again, blow it all out. And maybe we'll just sit in the driveway when we do this one and blow it out and then make sure all the fins are cleaned out. I don't want to pull off this CPU fan yet. I'm actually going to try and reuse this CPU fan if I can. And so we're going to end up repasting and everything. But we're going to have to clean all of that up. This machine works fine. And wow, August 2012. It's 6 years old. Yeah. It's amazing how long our computers last these days. I'm amazed by it. All right, so we're gonna head outside, and we're going to we're gonna blow these out better, and I don't know how the camera view is gonna be on that or whatnot, but we're just gonna give it a try. So. And I'm out of Dr. Pepper in my Coca-Cola shirt. All right, let's give this a shot. All right, let's see if we can, how hard this is to hold. Now I've got to open a door. I'm holding it here at the same time. They're watching Stargate. Oh, what's going on out here? It's going to be noisy, folks. Although I'm going to create a lot of noise too. So, it's all good. Welcome to my garage. Alright, let's see here. I don't know how this is going to work. Set it on top of the car here. I'm going to set it back just a little bit in case it falls over so it doesn't fall all the way onto the ground, because that would be horrible. And the neighbors are getting their lawn mowed. Here's my duster. Okay, all done. County's also out here mowing. We mow next to the lakes. Okay, these are all clean. All right. I feel good about the cleanliness of these. Oh! I'll be right back. All right, so, okay. Hammond from Texas. O'Neill. Oh, yes. My wife and kids been watching Stargate SG-1. I think they watch an episode every morning before school. And so, yeah, they've been having a good time with that. Okay. So, we're done with this machine for the moment. We're going to set it back down, and then we're going to install a couple video cards and a couple of capture cards. We're going to play around with just to see what happens if I try and put the Titan up in slot number 1, but I think it's going to go in 16X number 2. I think that, hey, will somebody Google this for me? A 980 Ti, can it work in an 8X slot? Or does it require 16? That is the question. Does a 980 Ti require PCIe 16X, or can it work in an 8? Now, not just can it work in an 8, but will it work properly in an 8, like at full potential? So, hello, Brian. So, okay, I see one thing saying it'll work. I know it'll work, but will it work at, full potential? Which I think the answer is yes. But see you guys saying 16X. Alright. I don't know if this is conflicting information or not. Frozen Fire, thank you, take care. So, alright. We'll work in an 8X. Will it work at full potential in an 8X? That's the only thing I'm worried about. I know it'll work in an 8X. In fact, these darn things will work in, other stuff as well, but oh yes, full potential, okay. All right, so you have a 1060 and an 8X with no bottlenecks. All right. Handbook, they recommend 16X, but it should work, they say, yeah. Hey. All right, so perfect then. I bet you for SLI stuff, though, they may want the greater bandwidth, but all right, perfect. So, yeah, okay, so let's figure all this out then. And, okay, where am I gonna move this to? So I'm gonna move it to right here. Okay, so put this down on the ground again. No, don't take the hat. Right. Okay. Now we're back into this. I love these things, man. Those lights, I mean, it's just like it's like a damn aquarium. So, found a 4K monitor you're gonna buy? All right. So, let's see here. Yeah, the bot's not back yet. Bot is not back yet. Okay. So we're going to put in 2 video cards now, and let's see here. See if I can change this angle just a little bit. See a little bit better in there. Okay, so here's the primary, and there is just no way that we're fitting something in here with this. No way whatsoever. I'll show you. So here is, so this is the slot down here, and right here, I mean, I come up, we're running into this real bad. There's no way that we're gonna fit something in there. I'm gonna set it up there just for giggles. It's got a, so is the back of the Titan XP, and so it's fully covered. I'm not going to mess anything up there. But see, if I put that up there, boy, it would be pressed up tight up against this. I don't feel good about it. So, all right, so here is the stuff here, and this is the 16x primary, 16x secondary, 8x primary, 8x secondary. I wanted to put it down here, but I don't know if I can put it up here and be okay in the 16x secondary. That may be what I want to do. I actually don't know. I don't think it's going to affect any performance stuff, but it just feels to me like maybe that's what should be done. God, I wish this was primary down here. I really do. I really do. Oh yeah, so PCIe extension cable vertical mount option. very good idea. Yes, there is a spot right here to, oh, that's only a single slot card. Never mind. It's only for a single slot card right there. So I could do capture card right down here. There's actually a spot right there that could do that, and obviously it needs to be screwed in. And so I can take from this up here and then use a riser board or whatever they're called into this if I wanted to use that slot. All right, so there's a solution. I also have two more slots down here, and so technically could I mount something down here? I wonder, I mean, I wouldn't have anything to hold it down here. These cards take a 2x slot, or two slots. The new, oh God, so here's something else to think about too. So the new cards, so this one being the Titan XP, this is 2 slots. The new ones, I think, if I remember correct, they're 2.7. So it's going to have another little bit on this, longer, and so that's going to be hard to do. All of these things here. Alright, so it should be fine in the yeah, I can tell the BIOS which one to be primary, yes. So and sanding down the heat sink here, you know, so here's my actual opinion on that, is that we'll go with a water cooling block or something like that if I'm going to replace this. Because water cooling block, we can put the water cooling radiator up here or even external, and we can free up a whole bunch of space here. But I just wanted to go with air cooling this time. That's just the way I wanted to go, and so it's what felt best to me. Alright, so let's start looking at putting this into the PCIe 16 number 2. And before I do that, I'm just looking here at everything. Before I do that, is there anything else that I need to connect up here that's going to be up in the way of this stuff? Because this stuff right here, if I put the other card down here, this is all going to be blocked. It'll all be blocked. I can't put one of these cards up here because they're going to block this slot. So that's where this is where the HDMI captures are going to go. And then video card here, video card here. And this is all going to be blocked once I put in that second card. So I'm looking here. Audio, we got the LED stuff, TPM. I never figured out what TPM is. BIOS switch, secondary BIOS switch. Those should both be right. And then we've got the USB, fan pump. All right. DB port, note for debugging code information. Okay, so that's just a readout. And then the front panel and then system fan 3 and clear CMOS. Okay, we should be okay on that. So, trusted platform module. Yeah, you know, not even Dutch. The trusted platform module, what I haven't figured out is, what is that used for? I actually don't know what that's used for. But yeah, I saw that in there. All right, so here is this one. Okay, so now we're going to screw that in. Boy, look at how it's blocking everything. Holy cow. Make sure that on the back side here that all the ports are accessible. All right, that one's in. Now, these cables here, I'm going to have to pull some length here, and he's going to have to be down. I hope that they're not going to get up into the fans. I'm going to have to, oh, interesting. I wonder if I should bring them up through, I have some bottom ports down here. This one, why does it feel like it's bending on there? Don't like that. This card is not going to fit down here. There's no way it's going to fit down here. These cables cannot bend enough. There is no way that this other card is going to fit down here. Shit. This is a problem. So I can fit like this card down there. That one will fit fine. But the 980 Ti, I don't think it's going to fit down here. It's pretty wide here. And I just don't think with, yeah, it's not going to fit. It won't do it. It can't do it with this connector right here. It just can't get the clearance. That connector is molded and it's crap. Okay, so I'm trying to think about this, about what to do here. See, the next logical place to put the video card would be here, but then it blocks this, and I have a card for this. So okay, so here I have a solution. I don't like it though. If I have to add another card in the future, I'm gonna have to replace the CPU cooler. Let me grab this other card. So this right here, this is my AverMedia capture card. You can see it's a short card. I had planned on putting it right here. This is where I had planned on putting it. which means that you can't put a video card in this one up here, but it will go up in here because it's short, and then I can put the other video card up here and it'll block this. I don't like that it's blocking that, but that can work. And then as long as I can get the other card, my Elgato capture card, this one, let's see if it fit down here. As long as this will fit down here, then we'll be okay. There we go. It's in. Yeah. Wow, that is right up against these plugs up here. There is no way that I could put a full-length card in here. Even one that's just a single slot wide, it wouldn't fit because of this. All right, let me screw these in, and then we'll put the... Actually, let's just put the 980 up in there, and then we'll screw all these in. We'll screw it all. All right. So here is the 980 Ti. And I like the way that's feeling. Is in. All right. No, something's not. Something's not happy about it. There we go. Okay. The metal lip on it was hanging up just a little bit. Oh, I'm putting the wrong screws in these. Make sure on the back side here that everything is accessible. It is. Pull this screw out. It's the wrong screw in there. It's not threaded wrong, it's just, it's not the one that came with the case. I have these other ones that can be hand tightened that I prefer to use. So that's what we're going to do. God, this card is sagging. Ah! God, that banging noise bothers crap out of me. It's hanging wire on the back of the connector. Alright, all the connectors. Good, they can all be, they're all accessible. Okay, so now put another one in the Elgato card. Okay, now this last card. All the way up here. Here, let's put a cover in that one first, because if I tighten up that, this cover may not go in. I may have to just loosen it again. What's nice about these screws, can hand tighten it. And tighten it down. Golly, that thing is going to drive me nuts. Stop, please. Ah! I am an audio person. I like clean sound. Holy shit, that's bugging the crap out of me. Where is it? Oh, it's up here. All right. It's a different place than what I thought. There we go. Okay, that's no longer going to be an issue. Okay, now we have one more bracket down there to take care of. You would truly worry about overheating. Hmm? Yeah, well, yep, those fans are pretty, I see what you mean. Let me see if I can raise the tilt of this card up a little bit. The XP down here doesn't have any cooling right here, so that's going to be fine. Its air intake is right down here. It only has one fan. This has 3. Yeah, that is a serious blockage of that cooling. Oh my goodness. The issues. Okay, let's see if we can tilt that card. Wow, it's already... It's not... Yeah, it's already up. Wait, we may have to get a spacer in there. Let's see here. And we can't flop those around because the Titan needs the airflow. There is not much room in there for airflow. Now, I don't think the 980 Ti is going to have nearly as much load on it. It just will not fit up here. There's just no way. This card would actually be torqued. So I wonder if I can put a spacer in here and, you know, I don't know. That looks a little tight, doesn't it? Yeah, I can't put the wind force in the top slot because the CPU cooler's in the way. Okay, so if we try it this way, the worst that's going to happen is I'll get degraded performance because it will slow down if it's not cooling enough. And I do have monitors where I can monitor that. Yeah. The Titan can't be on top. Okay, this is an 8X lock. This is 16. I can swap them around, but I'm going to be putting this into an 8X slot. It says, I mean, everything says it should work okay in an 8X. The air intake on this, though, is right down here, and it's going to be blocked by this if I swap them. The other thing is to put it snug up against this fan. God, I just don't know about that, though, folks. I don't know how I feel about that. I know how I feel about that. I don't like it. I had no clue that these wires down here were going to block this from being used as a dual slot card. Now this, let's see, what is this? This is all the system. No, that's USB. You know what? Even the front panel stuff though here, it sits up too high. This right here is my power switch, reset switch and stuff. I don't know if that shows up on, yeah, it shows up on camera. But it, if I move a card down, if I unplug these things and don't use any of the front USB ports, because that's what all these cables are. This is USB 3, this is USB 1 and 2. And so, oh, and then the audio is going to have to unplug too. Jesus Christ. The cooler is the problem, isn't it? The cooler is the real problem. Yeah, I'm not water cooling, but I mean, I might be forced into it. I might be forced into the water cooling. I would have to order one. And being today's Friday, I mean, I might be able to get it here tomorrow, but God, I really have not wanted to go water cooling with this. I really have been against that. No, I cannot fit the old water block. It's a totally different CPU type. Is there a Tiger Direct near me? No. No. Yeah. All right, so all right, here's what we're gonna do. This is crazy. I mean, this has a protective cover on it, so I can put it up against this and it won't hurt it. This can be moved a few millimeters. I just might have to do that. God, I didn't want to do that either. I can move it a few millimeters. Not what I've been wanting to do though, because it leaves part of the CPU exposed. Let's just okay, here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna swap these cards and we're just gonna see what happens. I'm gonna shove it in here, and we're gonna see what whether or not it looks like it's really gonna cause any problems. I think it'll work. I think it's just gonna be pressed really hard up against this. It's gonna push on it a little bit. It's gonna move it probably about 3 millimeters on the back end. The card should have enough. See here, you know, this kind of flex right here. It should have enough flex to handle that. We're just gonna plug it in, and we're gonna see what things look like. That's what we're gonna do. Right. You know, well, there is the idea of putting a spacer in here too. I mean, how much clearance is actually needed? I mean, if I put in a spacer that's that big right there, this I know is going to push it down. I just know it. I hate this conundrum. I don't like it. I don't like it at all. You guys know what that is? It's part of a rifter ship. Yeah, there's going to be some vibration if I touch that. Yeah. But I can't put the Elgato card in the middle of the two because of all these wires down here. I would love to. I wanted to put the Elgato card actually... Oops. Let's see here. That's too much. Too much on this. I can't move it that far. Flexing this card a little bit this way is not going to hurt so much. I need something else to put in there. I mean, old Rifter parts, awesome. Let me find something else to put in there as a spacer that's going to work for this. That will not be, that'll not melt under heat. We're going to run with a spacer. Guys, I think that's what we're going to do. Flexing the cards hurts you? Fudge, guys. If I put it up top, it's going to have to flex too. God, my batteries on my hat light are going again. Darn things, man, this thing chews up batteries. Okay. Boy, I'm pulling this out for water blocking. I mean, I really want to be up and running tomorrow with the normal show, too. But at the same time, I'm willing to take the time to do this right. Jury rigging, skill number 5, skill level 5, yeah. Okay, so I'm just thinking about this. And this thing is wrecking this hat. Darn it. I gotta use a different hat with this. One that I don't care if it gets wrecked. This hat is too good. Yeah, that'll work. All right. So, all right. I'm just thinking about this for a minute. I really feel kind of stuck on this one. Could my Best Buy that's local here won't even have the right stuff. So give me a nice halo, putting my head in front of the light. The light's all coming from the right direction. That's what makes me so dark on here. So the heatsink is for a Threadripper 2, and yeah, I won't be shaving it down inside the unit. We also have with this here. I mean, this is on here too. So I can. The 980 Ti is a lot more expendable than the Titan XP. And I wonder if Amazon offers like 4-hour. I don't think they offer the 4-hour delivery to me yet or anything. I think I'm just a little bit too far out of the area. So $156 liquid cooling. It would solve if I put in the water cooling or the liquid cooling. It would solve my issue with buying more fans for the top of it, because it'll come with fans and then they'll mount through to hold it up there. It's going to go up in the top where I have those lights. Okay, so I'm looking at this cooling stuff. That's all for Intel. I do a search for AMD and it's giving me Intel as the primary. What is this socket type called? This is TR4. All right. All of them have all these lights on them, which I don't even care for. How fast can I get it here? See, even if I order it today, it says it'll be here tomorrow, but the honest answer is it could be here as late as 8 o'clock tomorrow. You see what Best Buy has. I might have a trip to Best Buy. I'll pay more, but come on, you get this pop-up, don't want to miss out the deals. No, I want to type in my frickin' search. They have no TR4 coolers. Really? Oh my god. And I look for Threadripper 2 coolers, and you know the first thing it shows me? A frickin' cooler you'd take out on camping. You serious, Best Buy? They don't have nothing. They just do not have nothing. All right, let me look at the AMD website. There used to be a place in Tampa that you could go to get hardware, and they closed. They were kind of like Fry's. They were named something else, though. I forget what they were called. Let's see here. Graphics processors. Ryzen Threadripper. Okay, there's 32 core. Great. Show me the certified stuff with it. God, quit it with all these pop-ups. Oh my god. They don't show. Okay. Where the hell's the coolers? Okay, so here's a cooler. Thermal solutions for Ryzen Threadripper processors from our partners. Quit it with the fucking pop-ups. Um, So, I use Google Chrome, and it should be just fine. You know, it's not. Yeah. The pop-ups, by the way, are for like their newsletter and stuff. It's the sites doing it themselves, not another source. So, um, let's see here. Let me do a search. For where I can buy PC hardware. Performance Group, MIT Computers. God, I'm using my phone to broadcast and I need to call them. Do they have a pop-up chat? Let's see here. This is a little mom and pop shop. We don't have, oh, Tiger Direct, that's who was here before, was Tiger Direct, and I don't think they have a location here anymore. I mean, they still have a location here in Tampa, but I don't think it's open to the public. I am checking the official site. Orlando? Oh my god, I'm not driving to Orlando to get a cooler. So, please spare us a close-up of the inside of your... Oh, yeah. Yeah, they closed their retail locations, I think. So, there's no way that I can pick shit up. You know, when I lived in Portland, we had Fry's, and they had everything all the time. And they were always reasonably priced. We'd drive down to Wilsonville for that. You know what? I'm going to call these guys and see. These guys are in Tampa. I can drive down there and pick it up if they have it. Let me go get my wife's phone. I think that might be a solution. Right back. All right. Call didn't go through. All right. Hello? Hi. I'm looking for a computer part, water cooling for a Threadripper 2. Do you have any in stock?
Water cooling. Yeah, you looking for the fan or the system?
Well, I'm looking for just the cooler.
Just the cooler, water cooler. The
Yeah.
only water coolers I have is the Kraken. The Kraken X62.
The Kraken X62. I wonder if that's one of the ones that they recommend.
What system are you trying to go with? Like, what's the build?
It is a Threadripper 2 32 core CPU on the Gigabyte X399 Adoris Extreme.
Can I put you on hold? Let me check the box and see if it has any information on it. Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, so they're looking. Kraken is not one of the ones here. Oh yeah, here it is. Kraken X52, X61, X62. So we'll see if any of those. Yeah, Terry, we're going local, so we don't avoid shipping. I'm just going to go see if I can get it today.
Hello.
Yes.
Okay, the only information I have, I know we have the Kraken X62 installed on all of our high-end gaming systems.
Mm-hmm.
So I would want to take a shot and say that this will, but the CPU socket support is 1151, 50, 55, 56.
It needs to support TR4.
Which one is it?
TR4.
TR4.
And the Kraken X62 is on the certified list from AMD for the CPU. But, yeah, all right. How much, what's the price on it?
The price on this one is, I believe, $199.95.
Hey. That's interesting. So, is it typical that you sell it higher than what the manufacturer sells it for?
How much is the manufacturer selling it for?
$159.99.
$159.99?
Yeah, on the manufacturer's site. I mean, I realize you guys are probably a mom and pop shop, right?
Correct. We're not a chain or anything like that.
Yeah, yeah. So.
So I believe, yeah. I mean, we probably might have. I mean, I probably can put like $20 down on that.
Okay.
Maybe $179.95.
Okay. Does it say on the box there that it comes with the AM4 bracket?
Sorry, my tech is not here, so I'm gonna have to just look and.
Yeah, that's fine.
AM4 bracket. Reinforced. I don't see it. I mean, the one that is selling on the manufacturer side, the box, is that included in there?
It says it is, but it's in brackets. Like, there might be possibly a different version.
Okay, I'm looking at the Kraken X62 280
Let's see here. Hey, well, we can, I suppose I'll come down and then I'll just make sure before I buy it. So, now, also, I'm a live streamer, a YouTuber.
Okay.
Is it okay if I come in with cameras on?
I would have to, to be honest, I just started this job about a week ago, so the owner has to okay that.
Oh. Alright. My viewers would love to see you guys. So, okay, well, I'm going to come down and I'll walk in with the camera and you can tell me if I need to turn it off. How's that sound?
Okay.
Okay. So, I'll be down there probably within an hour.
Okay.
Hey, thank you. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Hey, we're going to go look at this. And so, you guys want to go along for the ride? It could get to be spotty on the reception. I don't know. Do you guys want to do that? So, I do. I'm going to have a co-pilot. I can't be driving at the same time. So, yeah. Okay. So you guys want to do this? All right. So, here's what we'll do. I'm going to end up putting the stream down, and then we'll bring it back up, and I'm going to broadcast at 720p, and I'm going to take it down to the lower amount because we'll have a lot more success that way. If it's trying to do really high end, it'll be different.
Remember, I'm taking the first day.
Oh shit!
I'm leaving about 11:30. So you can go and get back in time.
I don't know.
I'm planning this for a week.
Cars in use.
Could Uber it? How far away is it place you're going?
It's Tampa.
Oh crap.
It'd be
Take a
an
motorcycle.
$80.
Take a motorcycle.
I can't live stream with the motorcycle.
Can you mount it on your motorcycle somehow, or figure a way to mount it on your motorcycle so you're not having to touch it?
Um,
I mean, it'd be loud though, and
yeah. Uber?
that'd be really expensive though. Uber would be expensive.
It'd be fun.
Uber driver, especially if you tell the Uber driver. But that's,
Well, you can't tell them ahead of time.
yeah.
And I have to do it on my phone. Suggestions, guys? So, I'm not going to have the car. Duct tape it to the motorcycle? Awesome. Guys, and I haven't ridden the motorcycle in a couple months.
Mount it so people see where you're going on the motorcycle and not necessarily seeing you. See if that works.
Yeah, Uber is going to be literally like $80.
Okay, well, just want to let you know. I heard.
Okay,
that
yeah,
you go
yeah.
out.
I was about to hop in the car and go,
Yeah.
so yeah, okay. So Lisa's had planned for a while. She's got this luncheon thing, and she's meeting other people and stuff. So, I don't know how to attach my phone to the bike, and if my phone were to fall off when I'm riding the bike, I don't have an attachment for this. It would be disastrous. My phone is $1,000 to replace, and so that's not going to be an option. So I think I don't know. I mean, we could spend some of the money from the... See, he's already... Golly. Okay, so we have about $175 over on the stuff. He said he could do it at $179. for this. We don't even 100% know. It says it's going to cost me like $80 with um, with it's going to cost me like $80 with, and you know what too? Shit. I don't have any way to see your chat out there. How far is Palm Bay from me? I've not even heard of Palm Bay. Yeah, and I don't even know if this one's going to work. I'm going to have to see the box. The guy said that he only has been working there for like a week. So, um, Dad, can I borrow the car? Yeah, Dad doesn't drive anymore. He doesn't have a car. Um, I'm thinking here. You guys know what the right answer is here, right? The right answer is that I can get this. I can get it for $159 for the same thing that they say they have. And don't have anybody closer. See, Tampa, it's going to take 45 minutes to drive there each way. Let me see what this... Where's the AMD site? Let me look at these others here. That's not it. The cooler that they show on their website is the Threadripper cooler, and it looks really cool. It says currently unavailable. The answer really is that I order this shit in and save the extra money, and I don't God. Where am I in Florida? I'm near Tampa. So as far as getting more done while we wait, I mean, we are honestly, the only thing left to do is to wire up the power. And that's 15-20 minutes of work, and we're done. The next thing is that we have to move it over here and, you know, fire it up with all the monitors and everything. I'm not going to want to lay on the ground back there and replace this cooling with water cooling. I'm not going to want to do that. So Someone go give me a lift. There we go. Oh, goodness. Fire it up and leave the side open? Well, but I still have to move it. Do more work on the secondary system? Mm-hmm. It's possible. Yeah, so Crazy is about the closest person, and he's more than an hour away. Well, let's see here. This case will not fit under the desk. It is so big, it does not fit under the desk. Those lights are going out. They're getting low. It's so big, it does not fit under the desk. I could put all of the cables and everything over the desk here and start getting that set up so that I can unplug everything and lift it back up here. It involves a lot of work. It also, you know, with doing stuff on the stream, I mean, who wants to sit here and watch me clean stuff? And maneuver stuff around. This has turned out to be a lot bigger project than I ever imagined. Okay. Let me see who else is in the area here. If there's any others on this Google search. Wow, it recommends Craigslist very highly, and Best Buy. Wow, this place all the way down in Carrollwood. Yeah, it keeps recommending Best Buy in the area. Hey folks, I'm stepping away for just a minute. I'll be right back. Okay, so I have figured out what I'm gonna do, and so I am I am going to order a water cooler, and I'll have it shipped like overnight, and then when it comes in, we're going to pick up and continue this. I think that it's better to not. I'm going to end up spending more than $100 extra to go out to that little mom and pop shop and everything, and then because I'd have to Uber it, I wouldn't have a car till later. There's no place local. There's just no place local, and so I'm just gonna shift my broadcast schedule a little bit. And so how about I just take the rest of today and tomorrow off, and then Sunday morning we pick up and continue as if it were today or whatever. And I think that's going to be the most cost effective, and it'll allow me to take a few minutes to make the right choice on what I'm ordering. I'll see what the fastest stuff is. If Amazon has started delivering close to us on like a 4-hour delivery, and if they offer that, I'll do that, and then we can just tomorrow morning start up. So you know, just stay tuned, and that's going to be the plan. I haven't had a day off in a while, so it'll also be nice to just have a little time to chill out. The computer will wait. There's nothing that has to be done today with this, and so anyway, I'll order the water cooler, and then we'll install that. So we'll have water cooler installation, power, and then we're plugging it in. And I hate the fact that I'm going with water cooling because I really am just not a fan of it. I'd prefer a fan, I'm not a fan, yeah. But it's going to be, I think, the best solution and the right price and everything, so yeah. Anyway. Okay. So I think that's going to be it. And the old PC, we're gonna do that after this one's done. So this is the order that I have it planned in. The other PC is going to be done after this one, and it's going to be done kind of on the side while we're mining an Eve or whatnot. This new machine is going to be able to do everything. My laptop can do all the company stuff while we're streaming that. So this other computer will be for, you know, setting up you know, for all the controls and everything for the stream. But you know. Anyway, it's all good. So I think that is where we're at, and that guy doesn't have to stress about me coming in with cameras. So, all right, next action that takes place on this, I'll go live. Even if something amazing happens and they're delivering in like 4 hours or something like that, then I'll go on live later today or in the morning. So we'll see. Okay, everybody. That's going to be it. And so, all right. Shut this all down. And I'm just going to go have a good rest of the day and figure things out here. So, all right. Where is my buttons for shutting off the show? Hey. So, take care, everybody. We'll see you all tomorrow, Sunday at the latest. That's how it's going to be.